Hi, my name is Amia, and today I wanted to talk about my gratitude project and how it went for me. To start, uh, writing down things like 21 things, like the gratitude project, um, was hard for me at least. It was a lot of self reflection and realization. I think the most challenging part of it was realizing that I'm kind of a brat and that I'm kind of spoiled when it comes to getting my way. I didn't realize how much people do for me, like, and how quickly like people respond to me when I'm like, oh, can I have this or can I do that? And honestly, I learned a lot about myself in the process, less about less about gratitude making me less stressed and more about what I should be changing about myself to be less stressed, if that makes any sense. I feel like a lot of people don't understand they're stressed because they don't understand themselves. I think this definitely helped that. And I hope this makes sense in the way I say it. I mean that I realize I'm only stressed because I feel like I'm doing it all on my own, but really there's so many people that are constantly helping me in my life day to day, whether it be my housemates, my boyfriend, even calling my mom for advice about, it could be anything, pet insurance for my new dog, or, oh, I'm taking this class, like how would you approach the situation or whatever. I realize that I have a lot of people who support me and a lot of people who push me and help me, learn and gain more knowledge. And I'm really not on my own. And that was a harder pill to swallow. As for something I'm more grateful for, I'm 100% more grateful for my boyfriend. After writing down 21 days of things I'm grateful for, he comes up a lot. You'll see when I turn it in that he's doing a lot constantly for me. And because of that, I feel a little like almost indebted, like, oh, I owe you this because you've done so much for me. But it almost was like he's never looking for repayment. So I really appreciate how patient he is with me and how often he like subsides his own feelings or his own wants because he wants to make me happy. And I remember him telling me once that like he does things not because he like enjoys them, or I mean he may enjoy them in the process, but like he initially starts something because he sees how happy it makes me. And I think that that was one thing that I realized a lot of people don't have, and I'm really lucky to have had a relationship or to have a relationship like that, knowing that I have a lot of other really bad relationships. And I've grown up around, bad relationships with my parents and my step parents and things like that. So this was a great way to realize that I've chosen the right person to be a part of my life. Overall, I think the Gratitude Project is a great project. I think everybody should try it. It's a form of journaling, but not necessarily. I hated having a diary. I hated journaling, but this is a much simpler way to do journaling and a much more effective way, I feel, for me. And anybody who's kind of lazy, who doesn't want to write, doesn't like the hand cramping, I think this is a great route to go for you, especially it being like, in your computer and being so easy to access. It's just like, oh, okay, I'm feeling this, and you can put it in there, and then you don't have to worry about it until like, later in the night you update it, and then you're like, okay. And then you start to reflect on your day and how it affected you, and how sometimes I remember like what I put I was grateful for in the morning, or like when I was ready, whenever I filled it in throughout the day. And then I reflect on it at night and think like, oh, like this is what I've been thinking about all day, and how I've been treating people around me because I remembered in the morning, like, I'm grateful for this. So I think the Gratitude Project was an awesome project. One of my favorite things that I've had to do that's long term throughout the class. Yeah, so I enjoyed it, and I think I learned a lot from it about myself and about my surroundings.